Okay, we are live.
Hello!
Oh,
Hello, Eurovision. Hello, Euro fans. London is calling. America is calling.
Detroit calling, literally.
Seriously,
all, all from around the world.
oh my god. I've had some complaints about my voice, my sound from the other video, the previous video. It should be fine right now. But if my voice is distorted, please do tell me and I will find a way to sort it out. But
It
it
sounds
should be
pretty good. It sounds pretty good.
okay, great, perfecto.
Yeah.
Noosh,
Yes.
how are you?
I don't know how to feel. Like, I'm a little bit not surprised, but I'm also at the same time very surprised about some countries. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll go through all of them in a second, one by one.
Exactly.
Initial thoughts. We all knew it was going to be like this. Let's be honest.
Absolutely. I mean, like even semifinals one was a big dilemma for all of us, and like that kind of like proved the fact that tonight was going to be a difficult one. But to be honest, like I am so shocked with some countries,
Yeah.
and like we will go through all of them. But long story short, I've got a lot to say.
Yeah, good. Me too.
Yeah.
Shall we start with the first song? Wait, do you have the
Let's
list?
go.
Let me get the list up as well. You begin.
Well, our first entry tonight was Finland, represented by the Rasmus, which is a very like famous band coming from
Yes.
the 90s, early 2000s. A big portion of the fandom was saying that they would not qualify, but to be honest, they've been proven wrong because they are in. I am so happy because like I love Rasmus, but at the same time, I think their staging was great. I'm hosting a really big party in my living room, and
Again, every day he's
every day Eurovision, and like to be honest, like they were not quite sold by Rasmus, so
really.
it kind of like raises a question whether they got the place because of their fame or not. But to be honest, like Jezebel is a very catchy song, so
So catchy. I know, I agree. I think, well, Johnny was watching it with me and he liked it, but then when the other songs came on, he was like, I'm not too sure about it. So I think
yeah.
I think the chorus is the strongest thing about that song.
I know, yeah, I know, and
It is a bit, I don't
yeah,
know, it's not the best for me.
and also like to be honest, like this year is pretty much all about like on-point vocalists. I don't know
Yes,
if you feel the same way. Like
yes,
good vocalists, good singers get the spot, and to be honest, like the Rasmus, they did very well. It was spotless. There wasn't any cracking in the voice, and like the lead singer was amazing. So I think like these things get a lot of credit this year, which as a singer makes me happy.
yeah, exactly. I completely agree. Like it was vocals at first I wasn't too sure, but then when he got into it, I realized his voice is quite a raspy one, so like
Yeah,
that's just how it is. And yeah, I completely agree.
I
Completely agree.
know. Exactly. Okay, so the second song that we saw was Israel.
Michael.
Michael, then David. You go
Um,
because I'm
yeah, okay, so you know how I feel about that version, that when they changed it with the
with the
flutes.
flute.
And I liked it so much more than I thought I was going to with that version. And I think he did an amazing performance. Like his vocals, I thought were pretty there. Like there wasn't anything about that. And his like corset that he came in, like he knew what he was doing. I just don't like the version of the song, and I think that might have ruined it for this performance personally. But I still like the song, and I'm grooving to it. Like me and Johnny were actually Johnny preferred that more
Yeah.
than Rasmus. So the fact that they didn't qualify is a little bit of a shocker to me because I actually thought he was going to after that performance.
Yeah, I know,
But
me too. To be
they
honest,
didn't.
like I had two countries in my mind, and one of them was Serbia, and the other one was Israel. That would be the Albania of um,
This
tonight's
yeah.
semi, and like a part of me is not surprised. At the same time, like Israel had a lot of ups and downs in terms of like, are they
Yeah.
going to withdraw? Are they going to be joining the live sessions? Are they
Yeah.
going to be there? So like because of that, I think they've sort of like lost a little bit of the fandom's anticipation, maybe. And
Yeah.
if so, maybe that's why. Because to be honest, like his live vocals, the whole show was on point. But if there's any reason why he lost it, maybe that was the whole shebang that happened
Yeah.
a month ago.
Yeah, probably. No, I agree. But it is sad to see Israel not in the final. I always love seeing them. And I do love that.
I know.
Break.
Dun, 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 dun.
And
Like
we
this
don't
one.
have much of that this year. Like I was saying on
We-
Tuesday, I don't feel like we have enough ethnic bops this year. And like
We have Romania.
I know, which we will get to, because
Yeah.
that was a complete shock. I didn't see that one coming. Well, I kind of did.
I know.
But yeah, anyway, let's move on to our next song.
Okay.
Which,
Our next song is Serbia.
yeah.
Well, Serbia is one of the countries that kind of like felt and left me, to be honest, it is one of the countries that gave me so many emotions, like from the start till the end. I think like Serbia deserved such a place in the grand finals because it just raises so many questions.
Yes,
You know, like whether you like their music or not, it's just one of those acts that you want to see on stage.
Yeah.
She is like, it's like 2000, it was like 2007 Ukraine, Zarushka.
Yes, it was.
Like you cannot put your finger on whatever the heck is going on, but you want to see it. So exactly. So Serbia, I actually had lost my hope for Serbia up until to the end, but I'm really happy that Serbia has been chosen, and like I'm just I cannot wait to see them in the finals.
Yeah, she's just so captivating. Like she stares into your soul, and you like she's not blinking. I swear. As well.
And did you notice that they've included subtitles tonight?
Yes, I was going to mention that they needed to do that, and I'm so glad they did, because no one's really going to understand what's going on. She's washing hands about Meghan Markle. I mean,
exactly.
Because, you know, so
I have screamed my lungs out all of my videos saying that please do add some English subtitles, and like I think my beautiful fellow Serbian followers and haters would agree with me that it was the best choice, and I'm so happy that it's been made, because like my only problem with Serbia this year was because that they were not being understood.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
if you don't understand what's going on, it's a failure, because like you don't really understand what's going on. But with the lyrics underneath, it's perfect, it's great, deserves the final. Good job.
Yeah. Oh, I completely agree. I completely agree. It's the most bonkers song ever. And at first, I think we all thought, is this a joke? Is she being serious? But then when you look into the meaning behind it, and the beat gets into your soul like it does, and it's not a song that you'd listen to like running or something, or like in the car, but it is a song that you're going to remember forever. And that is why I think that it got through, and it's the most viral song I think of this year. One of, I believe, on YouTube, that first original performance. Nobody expected it to come our way. Like it honestly came from, I don't know, a crazy place, but at the same time, it's such a great song. And as I said, it's so captivating. So I think that 100% deserved it. And when it was in that last spot, I knew it was going to be there. I just knew it.
I was like I said, I was like in between Israel and Serbia, but I'm really happy.
Me too. All right, let's move on to the next one. Hold on, let me get my list. Okay, so we have Azerbaijan.
What do we feel about that? I'll let you go first.
Right. His voice was one of the best vocalists tonight. There was a lot of male vocalists. I think that's quite obvious. Tonight was very male vocal heavy, but he did have a pitch perfect voice, and that staging was pretty cool with the silhouette, the symmetry, and it was really nice and relaxing, but also powerful. Like his voice is just so incredible, and I do like those instrumentals you can hear in the background, the traditional stuff. So I'm not surprised that it qualified, and I think it did deserve to be.
Absolutely. I mean, in the end, like those like falsettos and the high notes, they were completely on point. And like I really enjoyed the show, and it had like some growth. Like it started like quite mellow, and like towards the end, it kind of like captured that sort of like epic ending. And that kind of like made me really happy. And I think it's a great result to see Azerbaijan at the finals.
Yeah, no,
it's great. I'm happy.
No, I know. I think they deserved it, honestly.
Like, I think I do. Our next country is Georgia.
Circus Marcus.
Circus Marcus, seriously. What do we think about that? I'll let you go first again.
Okay. I mean, I love the song. I don't know why everyone hates it so much. I know it is. I knew it probably wasn't going to qualify because of that. Everyone would tell me they're not too sure. Johnny was like, I like 50% of it. And I was like, okay, I can see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Because there's parts that are so great, but then other parts that are just a bit too like weird that to go together. You know, they don't mesh well. The chorus and the introduction of the song, it doesn't really mesh very well, but it does make you like hooked to like look at the screen. Like I couldn't stop watching the performance. It's, you know, crazy. And it takes you back to those noughties Eurovision days where like, you know, it was that with the costumes and the weirdness. And I think there was some nice nostalgia with that, but maybe it wasn't for today's Eurovision audience.
I think it wasn't. And like, I think, you know, it's like we all said, semi-finals still was going to be a big bloodbath and a big competition amongst all of these amazing powerhouses. So I think, you know, let's wish for next year.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so next you can go with Malta. Yeah, Malta.
Malta, I think if I'm not wrong, Malta didn't make it. Yeah, they didn't, right? No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. But I was surprised.
No, I'm definitely not surprised. It breaks my heart because Malta last year was a like a winner candidate, and I think just because of that, we all have been expecting something that would break the charts, you know.
Yeah.
I could see that they put some effort in the live performance, but that did not sort of like guarantee any results. And to be honest, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't think her vocals were 100% either. Personally, I heard some bits where, I mean, most of it was good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Most of it was good, and she, you know, she was looking great. I think she was amazing when she came on. Like she's so captivating.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just wasn't to the other standard of songs this year. It just
absolutely. And by the way, I have just turned on the chat, and I feel like I need to answer one of the
there's a lot. We need to do that because Jude is hopefully coming on at some point.
Exactly.
So we need to
so the UK is not competing tonight because UK is one of the big 5 countries, and therefore, obviously, they're already qualified for the finals alongside Italy, Germany, France, Italy, and yes, UK.
UK. I was gonna say what? UK.
Okay. So that's why. That's a big question. So I just don't want to leave any question marks.
Everyone gets super confused. Like Johnny, I had to explain to him, and then it is a bit weird when you have to explain to people that it's because they like fund the competition, and like that's why they're in the final. You know, it's kind of funny because people always just like, but isn't that like kind of unfair?
I know.
It is unfair.
Yeah. So okay. Let's move forward. Oh, that's your favorite. San Marino.
Oh God. Okay, look. When he came on there, I was feeling the same as I did from the beginning. But you cannot deny that ending was quite something with the ball. And they didn't make it through. But let's be honest, I think we had a bit of an Albania here. For some people anyway. I think just the way that,
as in for San Marino, you mean?
Yeah, because they didn't get through, and also a lot of people quite liked it. I didn't, but
well, to be honest, like San Marino is not even a surprise for me. I'm really sorry. Like I'm not saying it in a bitchy way, but it never ticked a lot of boxes.
We didn't say it was going to qualify, and I didn't.
No, we said it wouldn't qualify. And to be honest, they've changed a lot of. They changed a lot of the staging elements tonight, and I appreciate that effort because they must have been taking into account what the fandom is saying. But it doesn't change the fact that compared to the rest of the semi-finalists, they didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, completely. No, I 100% agree.
And I also do understand that he's a big star in Italy, like San Marino, etc. But you know, it's not meant to be for everyone. So
No, I think it was only at the end when I was like, actually, this bit's good, and then Yeah, just because it was so like ridiculously funny. Like I just found it funny to watch, but like the song, yeah, it's not the best in the world, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Next up.
Number 8 was Australia with the amazing Sheldon. So what did you think?
I actually teared up in his performance because it was perfection. It was perfection. It was pure art. Like, if I could choose an act that hit every single right note without any error, it would be Sheldon. I think Sheldon has to be like held accountable for being one of the best performers on Eurovision's history.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
He has to be in a playlist on YouTube, best Eurovision performers of all times.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah. Completely. Because I was going to say that about in like Australia, 100% the best one that Australia has sent. But now you mention it, it is definitely one of the best performances in Eurovision history. Just the way he sung with so much power without shouting. It was just velvety and like it just flowed, and you could feel every single emotion in his voice.
Yeah.
And yet there was no flaws. The way he just gracefully walked up those stairs and like, oh my God, and the mask, and then just the end. And then all of a sudden he was like, this is the best thing ever. You just saw how he was wanted to be there. And that was one of his dreams, and it just came true. And you can just see it in his performance. And I think that's why it was so good. And this isn't really my vibe of song that I would listen to, but I thought that was amazing. And one of the performances tonight.
Exactly. And the thing about Sheldon is that like he has proven himself even before with America's Got Talent, The Voice Australia. So like his credentials precede him. So I am so happy. I'm great. I'm having the best time of my life with Australia.
Honestly, I know. Me too.
Yeah.
Great. Obviously. Oh, do you remember? Oh, also, can we just quickly talk about when they were like, what makes you a super fan? And I answered every single one, but they're not hard questions. I was like, these are not hard questions. I feel like everyone knows this, but maybe not. Maybe we're just super fans.
Exactly. Maybe we're just super fans. Exactly in that way.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Anyway, we have some surprise guests coming. Just letting you guys know. Not yet, but soon. Okay.
Surprise appearances.
Yeah, we do.
Who that might be.
I know, you guys have to guess. Okay, so next we have Gibros. Cyprus didn't qualify. Probably one of the first times in a very long time. And very sad for us Cypriots, but I've got to say her voice is singing in English just wasn't working. And I think her voice is meant to be sung in Greek just because she did that part good. But I think you could tell she was struggling with that. And I'm not too sure about the staging either. It didn't look as exciting as all the other contestants tonight. And I think maybe just standing there didn't do her any justice. Love the song, though. I will be listening to this on repeat just because it's one of those Greek pop bangers that I would listen to anyway. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Anyway, you go. Sorry.
I couldn't agree more. It's just one of those times that I felt really sad because obviously I'm connected to Cyprus and I love Cyprus. But apart from that, I really, really loved Ella. Like in my reaction video, I lost myself listening to the song. But I think live Andromache really couldn't feel herself 100%. And I think that's sort of like a linguistic barrier that she couldn't cross, which sort of like in an international competition is very natural. Like you may be a good singer, but if you are singing a song in bilingual, like English and Greek language, you may not be able to show your true self. So maybe they should have kept it either full Greek or English.
Yeah, 100,000,000%.
So, and the staging, just like you said, just wasn't working. So it makes me sad. It really makes me sad because I love that song.
Yeah, I know, me too. It was very, very sad to not see them get through. And I knew when it was the last two, I was like, she's done. She's not going to be in this. And yeah, it was very, very sad. But anyway, next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to Ireland. And do you want to go or should I go?
Shall I go? Okay, so Ireland. I mean, I live in the UK, obviously, and I love every part of the UK, and obviously the Ireland independent part of the UK. I was never a big fan of the song. Like, I was never a big fan of the song, and to be honest, like up until seeing Brooke talking at semifinals one, I sort of like got a really nice vibe from her, and like I was thinking that maybe she was a little bit like immature to sort of like be on Eurovision, but like she proved me wrong actually, and I think she's like super mature, and she knows what she's doing, and she
Yeah.
has, and her team put a lot of effort into the staging, but it really was not enough, especially with all of these like brilliant live singers, professional, great singers. If it was maybe semifinals one, she would have qualified, but semifinals two, I think she's a victim of the categorization.
Completely. And like I did like the song when I first heard it, but I didn't see her performance live. And then I saw her performance live and I was like, okay, maybe not. This might be good for junior Eurovision, but not good for the adult contest. And then I saw her today, and like you said, she just brought it. She sounded amazing. She looked great. She had so much attitude on stage that made you want to like her instantly. And I thought after that ending that maybe they would, but sadly they didn't. So, you know, I don't know. It's a sad one again. That was one of the ones I wanted to get through after watching her. And one of the biggest shockers, I think, for me tonight was definitely Ireland in a good way. I think that, it should have done way better. But maybe the song online, as you said, it didn't match up when, for the last few months. And tonight, maybe it just didn't stand out enough.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, coming after Ireland, we've got North Macedonia, which didn't qualify. Did it qualify?
No. It didn't. Yeah, no, it didn't.
And we'd said that. Did we say it would qualify?
I think we did, and then we took it out.
We were like a little bit shaken about North Macedonia.
Yeah.
I think like the vocals were on point, but like again, in terms of the categories and the semi-final too, it wasn't like standing a chance that much.
Yeah, no, completely.
But I personally like the song.
Yeah, definitely. Wait, should we get on a guest surprise?
Yes.
And then we'll continue with North Macedonia. Okay. Oh, hello.
Hi. How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. A bit shooketh, if I'm being honest. I'm just joining, so I have no idea what I'm catching up on or what you guys have already spoken about. I had to sort out my dog who was barking. But regardless, what's going on? What have we spoken about? What have I missed?
Okay. So we've just been going through like from the running order from the beginning to like the end, and we are at North Macedonia. So if there's anything you want to say about any of the countries, I can do a quick recap and you can just tell me, or just tell me what you think up until North Macedonia.
I won't hold you up. You carry on going. I'll slot in with you guys.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we're talking about North Macedonia next.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. So we didn't have much to say about it. By the way, look, hello.
Yeah. No.
Hey.
And like it wasn't a big surprise that North Macedonia didn't qualify, but like personally, it's a really great song, and I think with this direction they will do much better in the following years.
Yeah.
The most political answer that I could ever give.
That was so political.
I know, right? We should be hosts on Eurovision.
100%.
Boris Johnson is shook.
Oh my god.
No, I agree. I think that her voice was good, but I don't know, maybe because she was by herself, and I thought that there was some nice elements with the LEDs. I like that part because I was thinking there needs to be something here. Her voice is so strong.
Yeah,
we need a bit more excitement on the stage, but that I just think it got lost in a semi-final again. That was just not very fair. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually really liked North Macedonia, and I think a lot of people have been sleeping on it. I think they've kind of been taking it for granted, and I actually did write it down excuse my scribbles. I was writing down who I predicted was going to get through, and I did write them down, and then I had to scribble them out because I realised I had 13, and I was like, I can't have 13. Like,
No, you definitely get that.
I think they came at the right time. I think they just come if they just come after Georgia at this point.
Hold on.
No, where are we?
No, North Macedonia was after Ireland.
Ireland, yeah.
After Ireland. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got that mistaken. They came at a bad time then. But if you're talking about different people that like different genres of music, I think this was a nice change of pace from what we'd seen from Ireland. Ireland is your typical, my kind of song, a trashy pop song that is definitely my middle name. But this was a nice change of pace, and it is so much emotion in it, and she has such gravitas in her voice that I think she has a great emotional feel to it. And I'm a little bit surprised that it didn't qualify, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I could see that, but I just think, it didn't match up. But I don't know. I don't know. Clearly, the public didn't like it as much. But I'm curious to see what the results were from this one, because I haven't seen them. If any of you have, let me know. But who won this voting?
Oh, you mean like statistics?
Statistics, yeah. Like who voted the most or got the most votes? Votes.
Exactly.
I actually voted for Romania 5 times.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Good job.
Well,
it was you.
I love you, baby.
No,
I actually made a deal with someone so they could vote for Subwoofer 4B in semi-final 1 because we couldn't vote in semi-final 1, and I was like, I'll vote for whoever you want, and they're like, Romania, cool. So I got 5 for Romania, a couple for Serbia, a couple for Poland, and there was someone else. Who did I vote for? I had to check through my phone log. I can't remember.
You're like a voting dealer.
I am. I'm like, make it rain.
That is so funny. No, because I can't vote, so you have to vote for me. So I'm glad you did that, because I wanted Romania to get through as well.
Yes.
So
we did it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well,
guys,
that's
also,
Sorry,
I need to go after this one because obviously I have to take care of my guests, but I think that will be okay.
Of course. It's fine. Someone else is coming.
Someone else is coming. Yeah.
Guests,
more guests.
We're your guests, Oz. What's going on?
I know, right?
You are my prime guests, but it was with semi-final 2, and I had to throw a big party, so I got like a bunch of people in my living room. You will see on my semi-final 2 reaction, like on my YouTube channel. Like,
good.
It's really crowded down there, but I just really need to take the time to like connect with all of you. But
oh, bless you.
All right, Oz, you go. I know you need to have a drink for me again. I
will. Well, our next country is actually a country that I really have as one of my favorites, which is I think Estonia. Yes, Estonia.
Yeah. Luke,
Estonia
your ring light.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. It went green. I don't know what's happening.
You went blue, and I was like, okay.
It's bad lighting in here. I apologise. I'm so glowy right now. Sorry, Estonia. Carry on.
Wait, hold on. Let's get in our next guest, and then we can start with the next one. Hold on. Hey!
I can get my notes.
Oh, there we go. Jude.
Traumatized. I'm traumatized.
That's rich.
Guys?
That's rich.
Don't. Bye. I'm leaving.
Too soon? Bye.
Too soon.
You are all too much.
No offense. I love Ireland. That Seriously. Was just a joke.
Yeah, no. Don't worry, Jude. We'll go through all of them again after we finish these songs with you. Don't worry. But
exactly.
Because Luke hasn't done most of them as well, so we'll just do a recap. But let's do the next one, and then Oz has to go.
Sure.
Estonia, right?
Yeah. I'm really happy with the result with Estonia. Like, it's one of my favorite countries, and I think the art, like the musicianship and the creativity going on stage, has paid off, and like the fandom has proven themselves, right? So like I couldn't be happier. I really wanted to see Estonia in the finals.
So did I.
It's a great song.
It's so good. It's so good. And he sung it well. I mean, we can't sing along to him with that song. Like, even though I don't really know the words fully, I do that chorus bit. I mean, everyone can sing it. I hope. No, but it's got that nostalgia sound to it. You're right. It makes me super happy because it reminds me of those times of like, David Guetta, like back in like 2014. Yeah. It reminds me of that times. And it's not just that; it's just a great song. But 100% happy that he got in.
Exactly. See, I was shocked. I'm not a massive fan I can't get
Really?
to grips with the verses. It's like he's the male Ariana Grande, and I like the loose diction and the. I can't understand what he's singing. The chorus is no problem, great. I can sing along with him.
Yeah.
But it's so lost. I can't get to grips with the song. It just reminds me of Mans from 2015. It reminds me of like a Heroes kind of track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that necessarily a bad thing?
It's not.
It's
No.
not. He won.
It's worked out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I get where you're coming from, though. I completely understand what you're saying because, yeah, it does have that, but it's also just so warming inside for me. I don't know. What about you, Jude? What do you
I was worried because I watched the rehearsals and it was bad. The staging was like they got their staging plans completely messed up and they had to like redo everything because they like if you saw his national final performance, they needed the LED screen. And I was sitting there thinking, this needs to qualify, but it's not going to. But the camera shots, they sharpened that up for that performance. Like it was good. And it was the first time when I thought it was good. Like it was the first time when I was like, yeah, that deserves to qualify now. But the camera shots just didn't have it as a qualifier for me before. But yeah, it was very deserved.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think me and Oz, we said that was. I think we said that was going to qualify. Maybe not.
I think we did. Yeah.
I think we did.
We had to go back and see what we said.
Yeah, I know. We've forgotten now.
Seriously,
I got 6 out of 10 in this one. It was a bit disappointing.
Seriously. I just have to say that it's been like an amazing time because like it's so great to connect with all of you guys and also like the fandom. Coming from that speech, I have to go.
Yeah, he is. But he's coming back on Sunday. Sunday we'll do like a proper one.
Sunday we'll do a live reaction, and to be honest, like all of these like 3 people, like all of you guys, I love you so much. Like you're my heroes, and like it feels like yesterday that we did this last year, and like I cannot wait to do this again. Yeah. Thank God we got Sunday. So I think I'll be so completely traumatized, but that's the whole magic of Eurovision.
Yes.
So big kisses to all of you, big kisses to everyone who is watching, and enjoy the Eurovision week.
Yes.
Bye. Go entertain your guests.
I will. I'm going there now. Yeah.
Oh, I hate it when it moves to 3.
I know, it's like
squished.
I feel squished.
Yeah, like in Harry Potter, you know, the bus. That's exactly how I feel. Right?
Yes, Nicola, I am living in a cave. Sorry, just read that comment. It's bad lighting. Someone, Nicola, I have bad lighting here. So's Nicola.
Oh my god.
I can't help it.
I know you cannot.
I'll go back green for you.
Wait, you actually changing colours still?
No, it's just there's an awful light here. I'm going to see if I can change it. You carry on.
Oh, don't worry.
Don't let me put you off.
Don't worry, I'm like super zoom, so it's okay. So guys, shall we continue from the end? So we just went through Jude from the beginning to the end, and then I think we'll just go back to the beginning and go through again. So next, did we say Romania? No, we didn't talk about Romania. So Romania, did we do one? No, we didn't. We definitely didn't.
Sorry, I kind of took the conversation when Romania came up because I voted for them 5 times.
Yeah, that was it. No, yeah, so Luke voted 5 times. That's why he got in.
I wanted him to qualify because it was so. But see, as soon as he was announced, I was like, okay, bye. It's time. Yeah, I knew.
Such a legend, honestly.
He is such a legend.
He is such a legend. I think
his charisma just led the whole thing. I mean, I'm not being funny. I didn't need to even listen to the song. Just watching him go, he had me sold. Like great charisma. Great little number. I mean, the choreography was great. He really showed off who he was as an artist.
Yeah. And
I was fully behind him. I'm like, you go, guy. You go, guy. Rock it.
Go. He definitely goes.
I've had a few.
Really? I'm not surprised. Oh my gosh. No, I completely agree. It was such a fun song. And that costume change. Yes. Oh my God. Where did that come from?
Chanel is shook.
Oh my God, I know. There's a lot of sparkles going on, a lot of corsets going on this year. A lot of corsets and white. So there's a mixture of things. But yeah, I love that song from the moment I heard it. Yes, his vocals aren't great. I think that's not the strongest part of the song. And he's singing in English, not the best. But the song is still 100% there. Yeah. And I can see why the crowd went wild. They just went crazy.
Yes.
They went And they were all
They
going
were
like this. I was going
loving
like
that.
this. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
I want his red shirt, not gonna lie. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Very Spanish theme, the whole thing, isn't it?
Are you surprised he got through? Or are you kind of like,
Yes.
I can
I
see
think I was. I think I
I
was.
was surprised because I think the televote carried him. I don't think the juries put him through. I think that was definitely a televote win.
100%.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah. There's no question about that.
I agree, because again, I wrote him down on my list and then I crossed it out because I realised I had 13 and I was like, I can't, I had to get rid of someone. And I actually crossed him out and then put San Marino next to it. So I was wrong.
Okay, well, we need to definitely go back to that
Yeah.
one. Oh my God. Yeah, so that wasn't so much of a qualifier for me. Why don't we move on to Poland? Because they qualified.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love them.
His voice.
Yeah.
So good. My parents were like, this guy's the best person we've heard singing all week. And I was like, yep, it's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Me sitting there with on the chorus
You
of
wait
the
until
fence,
the
like,
UK come along on Saturday.
Oh my God.
True.
So many good vocals this year.
Yeah.
He, especially in this semi, I couldn't stop thinking about that. I was just so many good male vocalists. And this song, I mean, there's definitely some issues with the shaking of the camera.
Yes, get rid of that, please.
It's not good. It doesn't do anything for the song, so get rid of it. But other than that, he did an amazing performance. His voice again was so captivating, and to go that range he has is just ridiculous. But
there are a lot of comments saying that he reminded them of Duncan Lawrence. See lots of comments like that online.
I see that. Because of just the high pitches that he makes, and
even the melody in those high pitches at high notes are very similar to that of Arcade.
Now that you mentioned, I can hear it. Yeah.
It's not like obvious in your face, but if you think, what does this sound like? Then it just kind of ring a bell.
Yeah, I think so too. I thought so. I also felt like that with Azerbaijan a little bit. So I feel like everyone sounds like Duncan or Monsters. Right, literally. But yeah, not really a surprise qualifier.
No, absolutely not.
No. Okay, Montenegro.
Peacock.
Ooh, I don't really like this
more
song.
Jafar. Peacock with Jafar, because she changed into the.
I love that.
You know what I'm talking about, though? The headpiece.
What a random cross, but I love it.
It is. But then, peacock / paraglider on her back. Not too sure about that.
She's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
I actually thought she was going to qualify. Not before tonight. Whenever I heard her, I was like, she might sneak in. I was like, the juries will have put her high. There's no way the juries didn't make her qualifier. But I think just with everyone else that was in that semi.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think actually? I think the televote, this is a bit of a outside the box take. I think the televote in this semi was so split that it came up to juries.
Yeah.
I think there were so many songs that gripped the televoters for so many different reasons that they're all going to get points.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the other one, I think, in semi-final 1, I think the televote was concentrated onto 3 in particular, and then that let the jury decide the rest.
Yeah.
I think we've had just a weird televote year, actually.
I think so.
Well, this was definitely the bloodbath, so I can totally see that being true, to be honest. I agree with you, Jude, actually. I have not been a massive, massive fan of this song, but after tonight, I thought the amount of passion that came across in her performance, I thought and the staging and everything, I don't know who your commentator is, but somebody tweeted into Rylan and they actually said, I bet she gets loads of channels with that dish. I was like, oh no.
They lost it as well. They were like,
that is so funny. Yeah. Speaking of commentators, I had the American one.
Ooh.
No, I don't. I mean, the guy does know what he's talking about, though, because he's some massive Eurovision fan. He's Johnny Ware or some Olympic skater, apparently. But you should have seen his outfit; it was hilarious. And over the postcards, there's a the video of him next to it. You know, when they do the mimes, it's like that. It's exactly like that. So it was so funny. I was just like, this is really weird. Why do we have to see you the whole time talking over everything so loudly? Oh my God. So I'd miss the UK broadcasting, basically.
Come back here for the week in May next year.
Yeah.
I
You'll be fine.
will. Now, especially if we win. I don't know. Fingers crossed. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, who knows? Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Anyway, let's go on to the next one because I completely agree. With Montenegro, I think everything what you just said was what I agree with. Okay, Belgium. Jeremy.
This was a
Shocker.
shock.
Yeah.
So shocked with this.
So shocked.
It's always been in my top 10, always,
Yeah.
since day one. Absolutely love it. It gives me
Yeah.
Neo vibes,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, so funky. But I guarantee you, I even said it on the live stream before I started. I did a pre-show live stream and I said, I love it, but it's not going to qualify. Like I literally, I would have bet my imaginary hat on it. I would have said, no, you can have my hat. It's not going to qualify.
Yeah.
And then when they announced it first, I was like, sorry, what? Excuse
Yeah.
me? I thought it was so flat performance-wise. Vocals were great, but I just felt it was empty on stage. So for them to call it out, I was like, excuse me? Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was exactly the same. Like his vocals were good. They've been better and they've been worse. His vocals improved from some of the rehearsals a lot, and I was like, yes, that's good. But like Belgium either can stage a song perfectly or cannot stage a song at all. And this was one of those years when I was like, there's no way that's qualifying. It doesn't move you. It's just like there.
Yeah.
And I was like,
100%.
really?
No, completely. Like I said this in my reaction of the semi-final rehearsals. He's just like, and then like, sorry, I don't know what that singing was. And then,
Perfect.
honestly, this is why I don't sing. Okay. Anyway, so like on stage when you saw that movement, it was we saw the music video and we saw the capability in that music video. They did not replicate that music video well at all on stage, and I think if they did it very similar to the music video, they would have done a lot. Well, they did well. They qualified, but I think
he could have been a certain qualifier, but he wasn't a certain qualifier.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I just wasn't sure about that one, and I thought maybe Cyprus would get it and he wouldn't. But at the same time, like, I can see why, because we all like the song. So
it's hard when you've only got a music video to go on. You think, how are you going to replicate this on the stage? I mean, one of the only times that off the top of my head that I can think was Ireland 2018 with Ryan O'Shaughnessy with Together. That was perfectly how they got the essence of the music video on stage. So it is a bit like how that Azerbaijan was nothing like the music video, but they made it work. So it's hard. It's a tough line to cross.
It is. It is. Exactly. All right. And also, if you guys see any of the comments, just feel free to just answer them because sorry guys. I
see so much love for Brooke. Our Brooke.
Yes.
Forever in our hearts.
Honestly,
forever in our hearts.
Robbery. That was a bit of a robbery for me. But no one knew it was going to do that well. Let's be honest. No one knew the capability of Brooke. And now she needs to come back and, get into the final for sure.
She's the person that I lost, like my highest position that I've lost. I'm like, nope. She's been number 3. Gone. Sad times. Very sad.
I know, it's very, very sad. Okay. Let us move on to Sweden.
Wow.
Oh.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Or look.
This is definitely a certain qualifier, wasn't it? This was obviously going to qualify. And it was just a case really of waiting for them to call out Sweden at the end. I'm like, where's Sweden?
Yeah.
Surely it'll be Sweden next. Like, I think you could literally place a bet that they were going to qualify. I just think apparently they had a really bad rehearsal, didn't they? Like, loads of technical issues.
Oh my word!
Tell us, Jude.
I didn't watch one of the shows yesterday. I didn't watch, and there were issues there. I think it was her second rehearsal. She did 5 takes and didn't she got through them all, but the production did not get through them all. Like, she was just singing and then the audio just turned off, or she was singing and a cameraman ran into her, or it was like the most chaotic thing. And it got to her last take and she was like, no, let's just stop. I'm leaving. I can't do this. And the first time she didn't have an issue was the jury show last night. There was an issue in every single rehearsal she's had until last night. And then tonight. So I was sitting there watching it be like, please actually do the entire thing. And as soon as she finished, I was like, yeah, she's done it. And she's managed to get through. Like, I would be so nervous if on every rehearsal something has gone wrong at least once. But like she carried that. It was incredible.
Yeah, she did.
Wow. They always say, don't they? Bad rehearsal, good performance.
Yeah.
Bad dress, as I say. Bad dress rehearsal, good performance. So it worked for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless her.
I really do like the staging for this. It's so simple.
Oh, yeah.
Everything about this is simple but effective.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
Her voice is so unique as well. I don't think we've got a voice like her or have something like her for a while. She does stand out. It's one of those anthem-like tunes, and I could see this even possibly winning it if she does that again like that. So
yeah,
and
I wouldn't be mad.
No,
I'd be like, yes.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't.
I mean, she's not in my top 10, but I wouldn't be mad for her. I'd be pleased that Sweden win. It's one of those, isn't it? I think out of all of them, I think you just get a bit too attached and you think, unless there's one you really, really dislike, then you're quite happy to have any of your top 20, top 25 win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Feel like proud parents.
I know. I didn't think, when I first heard it, like, it definitely grew on me more than that first performance I saw of her. I mean, as the song went on, it got better and better, obviously, for me. But now I feel like I hear it and I like, sing every bit of it and I'm swaying. So, yeah, it works and it's great. So I'm glad that got through. And imagine if it didn't qualify, that would just be a crime. So,
I just need to say, somebody's just left a comment. Lord Braddington, hello, my lord. Can we talk about the terrible camera work from both semi-finals so far? Absolutely terrible. And I must agree. Did you see the camera work in the one that stood out to me was Israel? Wow. Where there were no close-ups. It was all establishing shots. It was literally, I'm thinking, why can we not see any of Michael like showing off his sass? It was really bad in
the
that
camera
respect for me.
I mean, I will say though, we'll come back to Israel, I know, but Israel's staging, I may put it out there, was one of the best we've seen this year.
I thought that too.
I'm not a fan of the song, but I was like, he was second. I didn't think he was going to qualify, but I was like, that is one of the most, like, they've done so well to turn the stage into that.
Yeah.
But there were some camera angles in that I was like, I have not seen these in the rehearsals. These are new or wrong.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I was saying, like, the version that changed from the original, personally, I think was the biggest mistake they could have made. It did have very familiar vibes with other songs that we know, like Katy Perry's song. But I mean, Estonia kind of sounds like David Guetta and Avicii and all that stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, it still has. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't change it. But everyone liked that first version, and I thought it was going to be a top contender because it's Mike and David, and Israel spent so long to pick someone. They were the first country, or one of the first countries, to start their national selection. So the fact that they didn't qualify is a bit of a shocker to me. I didn't think so. And I thought the performance he did tonight was amazing. Even though I'm not a big fan of the song, but I think that he did put it together. His vocals were, and you're right, the staging was pretty good. But I know what you're talking about with the camera.
Why am I always the odd one out in these streams? It's one of my favourites. I loved it. Honestly, I stand. And apart from the flutes, do not stand the flutes. Go back to the original. Not a fan.
The flute doesn't sound right. It just doesn't sound right.
I just think what we have missed from Sweden this year, your polished pop like prowess, as you will. I think that's what Israel have brought. They are out Swedening Sweden this year.
Yeah.
Sweden this year have definitely gone down a polished pop route, but also they've got that authenticity behind them, which they haven't usually gone for. But I feel like Israel have kind of gone, what's worked? What does really well? Sweden. And they've kind of gone, let's hit them with a polished pop song with an ethnic flair. And I think props to them. They've really tried. And I'm really disappointed that they've not got through. I absolutely love Israel this year.
Yeah, same. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Oh, what about Czech Republic? I didn't even talk about that ending. It was insane. I loved it.
There's a part when I was really worried. I was like, will they get through? Like, way before the semis, I was like, I don't know if people like them enough. But as as soon as they had every single light turned on, all 3,000 of them, I was like, yeah, they are
They
going
are
through.
on.
Like,
Literally,
yes.
there was
How ironic. The song's called Lights Off, but they had every single light on.
Yeah, that was very clever.
But see that bit where it's like, so turn the lights off, where the lights like turned off gradually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And also,
Love that bit.
you know what? I compared this a bit to Austria's kind of like, that was the other song in this contest.
Yeah.
I feel like there was similar vibes. You know, they were like electronic songs and they had that like ravey, clubby feel to them. And that just made me see like Austria, look, watch how to do that. That was how you're going to do it. Even though, it's hard to sing an electronic song. Let's be honest. Not easy.
Oh, yeah.
But Czech Republic did it amazingly. And they ended the semi-final in like the best way, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think the lead singer definitely, she compensated for, instead of hitting that note for a long time, she made it work and made it a short kind of burst as opposed to this long sustained thing. And it worked really well, especially if you're a casual fan. Us as fans who know the songs, we expect that long note. But for people that were just tuning in, then they're not going to know any different. And I think she pulled it off really well.
Yeah. I think one of the things that worried me was Domi can sing. Dominica, her vocals are great. And if you've seen her live streams where she's just been like singing her song, there was a time after one of the pre-parties where she had in-ear issues and everyone's like, she can't sing, Czech Republic are going to completely flop. And then she went on live stream and was like, I'm just going to sing my song live right now. She sang it flawlessly. And then see when she's like dancing and moving as much as you have to carry that song, your vocals are going to suffer. But she was like,
She was having fun. They were all having fun, weren't they? Every one of them were having the time of their lives. And again, it makes such a difference when that person is so passionate about what they are doing, and you can just tell in like an instant that that person wants to be there and they love the music, and that's the important part of this contest. So
100%. And that kind of makes me think, I know I'm kind of backtracking a little bit now, kind of makes me think of San Marino, and you think of the passion and the love for the contest can be, it's hard to tell sometimes when it's hidden behind like a facade and a persona, kind of like Israel, because the song does sound very narcissistic. But for somebody that doesn't know the singer, would take it on face value and think that San Marino singer's a bit of a douche, or they would think that Israel singer's a bit up himself. But I mean, like I say, it's just the song they've got and the persona they're going with and the attitude that they're kind of putting into that song.
Yeah.
But can we talk about San Marino, please?
Yes, okay, definitely.
I will leave because I'm the odd one out here, I think.
No, you're not. You have to stay just for this song.
San Marino's my number 40.
Yeah, but I don't like that song.
Oh, do you? Good. Okay, that's fine.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, no, I was like, Dude does look. I know. Luke loves this song. I was like,
yeah,
does
but
Luke like this?
Luke can be again the odd one out here.
Great.
I'm always the odd one out. Someone has to own it.
You can't agree with all of us ever again. Now.
Yeah, exactly. Every single time, you must be different.
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
So, right, the song. I mean, if we take the song aside, you know, like I'm not a fan of the song. I'm not a fan of the music or the lyrics. It's just not my thing. And you know what? But that is him. Like, that is his music, which is great. Love that for him. I think they threw too much at that stage. Genuinely.
Really? I mean, there was a bull, and he was riding a bull at the end.
I was like, there was just so much. I was like, you couldn't concentrate on one thing. And some of the camera shots as well. Like, after the guitar solo, the guy with the guitar was just lying on the ground. And I was like, there's no need to go back to him. We want to see Akil on the bull.
Yeah, that's true.
I predicted him to qualify because I was like, people will love this. And when he didn't qualify, I was shocked. But also, like, I was like, yeah, I see. But, it was a lot.
Do you want to go ahead and tell us how you feel?
Well, you know how people say their toilet break song, etc. This was a complete unintentional toilet break song. My bladder was about to burst and I had to go, so I did miss quite a lot of it. I did not want to miss a lot of it, but it was just the way that Mother Nature called, unfortunately. So I managed to see the bull at the end and a little bit of the beginning, but I was absolutely gutted. I missed all of the middle.
You probably came back and were like, "What is going on?"
Literally, I was like, like smoking a bull. I'm like, well, excuse me. What have I been smoking? Like,
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Ugh, I know, I agree. Okay, so as I was saying to Oz, yeah, we don't like that song. I personally don't, but
Yeah.
I think the bull bit kind of it made me think that might qualify because it was, there was too much going on, but it made you stare at the screen. And if
Oh
it's
yeah.
doing that, it's going to be doing it, for the shock factor, and people do vote for the shock factor in Eurovision. So I thought maybe it would, but
Yeah.
maybe it was a little bit not PC friendly for people at times. It was a bit
Yes.
like, whoa!
There's a lot of controversy.
Mhm.
There's a lot going down about how Ranella was reprimanded or whatever for her risque routine or her outfits. Yet you look at Akil and you look at what he was wearing, and you're like, is this a bit of double standards going on?
Yes, completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
If I speak, people will come for me, but no, I'm 100% with you. I was like, there is like, I read somewhere someone saying because people said after Renelle's performance that it was like, this was awful, this was messy, this was risky. Like people were not happy about Renelle's performance, but no one's going to say that about San Marino. And
because of that persona and that attitude, it's that I don't care. I'm just here with my rock edge, and he gets away with it.
Literally, I don't like. I know everyone's gonna come at me because like everyone's like, he's huge, he's such a nice person, but he doesn't come across as that.
Yeah.
Talking about people that will switch it on and not know the person and the artist and their background. I'm sorry, for me, it just, you can tell sometimes that this guy is just there because he's famous. And you know that first performance we saw him with all the women and the aunties were like, like with the like, and it was just kind of like, okay, he just thinks he's like the bee's knees, and it's just very off-putting for me personally.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. I might be wrong.
I need to give someone a break in the comments because they keep saying, if we hashtag justice for Brooke, they will see. So we've seen hashtag justice for Brooke.
Yeah, hashtag justice for Brooke.
Hashtag justice for Brooke.
I for sure. That was the biggest, saddest one of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so which ones haven't we talked about that you want to talk about? Serbia,
Ireland.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
What a great segue.
Yeah, like as someone who lives half an hour away from Brooke, I was dancing, I was singing. I mean, I've memorized every word of the song, of course I have. And she put everything she had in that song. Like, I mean, we've seen the performance on the Late Late Show. It was not great. I mean, not that they had a lot of, like, they couldn't really do much with that. Yeah, and when she won, I mean, you probably did. You knew I was so excited for her to have won that, and I was like, you know what, this is their chance with something fun, with something upbeat, with something poppy, and she put in everything she could have done. I mean, Ireland may not have a lot of money left after that with the amount of power they used. She did all she could, and I don't even know who. I don't know. Like, I will not know until the results come out, like what the split was, because I know so many people who voted for Brooke like so many times, but I don't know. Like, did a certain generations not vote for it? Did the juries not like it because their vocals were great both times?
Yeah,
I just don't know.
It's my fault. It's because I voted 5 times for Romania.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Look. Imagine if like there was one televote point difference between Romania and Ireland. I'd be like, hi, look, leave.
Literally.
No, I'm not usually this nationalistic towards Ireland. I was very nationalistic tonight.
I'm sure, and for good reason. I even got excited for Ireland.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is actually really good. This is a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. Biggest shocker for me this
I'm so proud of her. Like, genuinely, I think she has done what she can to change the perception of Eurovision in Ireland and Northern Ireland. Like, the people here love her, and the people like you hear on the radio, and she's so excited, she's so happy, she's so excited to have just been there. And I think that is something that we want to see more of in the future from Ireland. So I think that Ireland and the UK both have the same job to do, and I think Brooke has done that the best she can, and we'll see. Someone just said maybe the jury performance was not great. No, the jury performance was great. I watched it. I tuned in just for that.
Yeah, that was
impeccable. But
she's been practicing that clearly for a long time because
oh yeah,
she
yeah.
That
looks
intro was
so good.
amazing.
I know.
Yes.
I love that.
I
It's
was
so
like-
hard to sing on the floor as well. If you try
Mhm.
laying on your back
Yeah.
and singing, it can work like this. It's not pretty. Yeah, the
You
diaphragm.
do that all
work,
the time, Luke. Like,
Yeah,
just
all
like,
the time. I like-
Like just lying, but
exactly.
You were
and I point to all the
Donkey. You were
dancers.
Donkey in the musical Shrek. So like,
And I
you
did
don't
have
get
to
the
lay down
practice.
and sing, actually.
look nose, look nose.
That's very true.
I was gonna say.
Guilty.
Exactly, literally. But after, let's go through a few more of the other countries, and then what we should talk about is the contest itself, maybe the hosts a little bit, and like what we think of the show, because a lot of people are putting comments about not being the best year, and like, you know, Mika's suits that's in every single color, but he is the same suit.
Well, he can be brown, he can be blue, he can be
Oh my
violet.
God!
This is what he's going for.
Do you think it's intentional? Do you actually think
Probably.
it is?
But I
He's
don't
a-
remember Grace Kelly having the lyric, I can be fluorescent yellow.
Yeah.
Or as I can't remember who said it. I think it was Scott. Highlighter.
Yes.
It was so yellow. Really yellow.
It makes his teeth look whiter. That's the plan.
Yeah. He has been pretty decent though, I think. Like he's
Yeah.
doing okay. Like I know he's doing all the like, you know, deep chats segments.
Yeah.
But you know, some of the things that he said, I was like, you know what? I agree, Mika.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think someone like Mika can't go wrong because he is a staple in pop music, whether you know him from back in the day or whether you know him from collabing with Ariana and Popular, or you just know him from being a legend from The Voice. I think he's got an appeal everywhere for different generations to know who he is. Everyone knows he's a great singer, and he showed his worth tonight when he did that duet. But I wasn't a massive fan of the songs that they picked, but they performed it very, very well.
Very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. The beginning I was a bit like, I'm not so sure what's going on with the beginning, but then it got in, and the interval acts in general. I thought the semi-final one was a little bit better, but you know, when we heard the God, I forgot their names now. How bad's that?
Il Volo.
Il Volo. They were at the beginning not too sure, and then right when the chorus hit, I was like, okay, that is powerful, and I felt we were in Italy, and like, you know, this whole thing has been very Italian, and I didn't even clock that the sun thing isn't a sun. It's meant to look like an amphitheater, right? So I didn't clock that, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so Italian. So in that sense, I think that they've done a decent job. I know we've not had the best, you know, postcards, and like, you know, it could be better.
I think if you look at this like a dinner, you've got the main course pretty spot on, but then you've got the trimmings that aren't quite right. So say you've got like a roast dinner, like you know, like the collab with TikTok, and then these little bits around the edges that aren't quite right. But what they're supplying, like the main event, is great. It's just these extra bits are a bit naff.
Yeah. I also think, I know a lot of people are saying how many issues are with camera shots. Yes, but I mean, I'm not gonna say that Rye aren't to blame for any of this, but when you think that a lot of the delegations, I think a couple of people like kind of tried to work out who was affected the most by the fact that the sun didn't turn. There's about 20 or so delegations that had to completely change their staging 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Like when you think about the fact that they've done that in 2 weeks, a lot of them, obviously there's going to be some issues that won't get sorted out because you haven't had that time. And for example, Czech Republic, they were never going to use the sun. They were going to use those lights. So you can see why the Czech Republic was so polished, so perfect. But for example, I'm trying to think, Estonia came together today, but in previous times, there were so many issues. Who else was using this? I mean, I'm going to forget who we worked out was using it. Oh, Serbia. And people want us to talk about Serbia.
Oh, yeah,
Constracta herself was like, I'm not happy with how it looks because I wanted the LEDs because that was kind of, you know, necessary for her song. But you can see why certain performances weren't as polished as others based on the fact that they had to change their staging 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I think a lot of delegations have done really well with the time that they've had.
I agree.
But,
I think Armenia changed as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had a house, and then they got rid of it. But I think what they did was pretty good as well.
I was in there like, wow.
Yeah. Even though we had a bit of a malfunction with the pulling, but you know that was about it. The rest was actually really good. But
it was in time. Snapping 1, nope, 2, yep, there we go.
Yeah. I know, literally everyone. That's so true. God, everyone is going justice for Brooke. Like everyone, that's the Albania of the evening. Then it must be.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one for you people in the comment section. Are you more gutted for Ranella or more gutted for Brooke? And for those of you that don't know what gutted is, because it's a typical English thing, disappointed. Are you more upset for Brooke or upset for Ranella?
Yeah. You guys let us know.
I'd say Brooke.
I'll say Brooke as well.
I think poor Ranella, she had a lot to contend with, didn't she? The changes and the upset.
It's Brooke in the comments so far.
It's Brooke. So far, it is Brooke. Whoa, and then we got.
Oh yeah, yes, all Brooke.
Thank you for voting for Armenia from Greece, Vasily. Greece definitely is one of our brother countries. Everyone likes to vote for each other there. Yeah, Brooke. It's Brooke.
Brooke.
Would you have a Brooke at that? It's Brooke.
Oh my God. How do you come up with this stuff?
That was bad.
I'm a dog dad now. I can tell dad jokes.
Okay. All right. Everyone's Brooke.
It's either Brooke or neither, and you know what? We'll take that.
Yeah, I know. Somebody else has said something that I was going to read out. Finland kind of gave me it vibes. Yeah, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Very much so. That's exactly what it was meant to be, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't talked about Serbia yet. People want us to talk about Serbia.
Go for it. Do you want to go for it?
Yeah, man. I'm really happy that they put subtitles on. Happy, because I was so worried that a song like this was going to lose all of its meaning. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of the song, but it doesn't mean that I don't want the rest of Europe to appreciate the song for the lyrics, because I'm a lyric guy as well as a tacky cheesy guy. I like lyrics, and it's nice to know that the subtitles were there. I take it they were there for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. So then the meaning of the track wasn't lost, and that everybody knows that it's deeper than what is given to us on the surface, and it's not just a lady with a fringe washing her hands, and it actually has a good meaning, because that's what a lot of ignorant people could look at and go, there's a lady with a fringe and a coat washing her hands.
I saw a headline the other day, and it was like, watch out in Eurovision semi-final 2 for Serbia's song about Meghan Markle, and I was like, I think you just completely missed the meaning of the song. Like, she took that headline, Kolja Tennis because of Meghan Markle, from a newspaper in Serbia talking about Meghan Markle. Like,
because they know that it'll sell copies. They know that if
exactly.
they put Meghan Markle in the headline, then it's going to sell a few more issues.
Yeah, like the whole thing about her song is that she's taking the fact that people will concentrate on the things that don't actually matter to try and bring people in, rather than the actual things that are wrong. Like, I was
point proven.
So fun. Yeah, I was loving that performance so much. I was like, big Strava.
I think everyone liked that song. Well, actually, that's not true. Some people actually still don't understand it. Look, this is, as I was saying to Oz, this is not a song to be played again and again in your day-to-day life. This is
unless you're me.
Okay, unless you're Jude, that's Jude for you. You could listen to this, but what I'm trying to say is it's not like an everyday kind of song. This is like the most random, there's nothing else like this in the world, and I don't think anybody expected it from Serbia, because
I don't think even the Serbians expected it until they saw her live. I think Serbia is one of the songs that whenever you listen to it, you see her performance, but before you'd seen her performance, you had nothing to go off. It was just a song, and it sounded I'll be honest, it's not one of the best songs, but when you pair it with that incredible performance, it completely changes the way you hear the song, I think. Which is what happened in Serbia. I mean, it's the same with Spain.
Exactly the same with Spain. I don't ever think of the studio when I listen to Spain. I just think of the dance break. Oh, also Serbia. Isn't there, I don't know if it's just me, is anyone else mesmerized by the way she claps her hand and does this head? How does she do it so greatly? Like, I can't quite get it. I look like a pigeon when I try, but she does it.
She's like,
just such a cold face.
I
would be cracking up if that was me. There's no way I could do that.
You just can't take your eyes off her. She doesn't need people around her. She just have the whole. She just has to do this the entire song, and I'm watching. Like
one of my friends who is not a big Eurovision fan but will watch it anyway, like we'll watch the semi-finals, so you know, like they're kind of a bit of a fan, texts me saying, does she blink?
She does. No, honestly,
I was like,
I said that when we were watching. I was like, "Is she blinking?" Because I don't think she is, and that's why she looks right into your soul. And I think that's why a lot of people are so captivated by her, because she's just like. Literally
I'm going to be watching the comments now in case people say yes, she blinks.
Oh yeah, that was the song Zorja. Someone mentioned Zorja at Rob. That was the song that I think everyone thought was going to get it.
Or Mushkarchina, which came second.
Yes, that one was good too.
Love that song. Incredible.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if there's any other comments.
Oh, someone was talking about the opening thing. I was cringing so much.
Right, the opening of the whole contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, the TikTok sponsorship's gone too far.
Oh no, I missed it. I had a sausage. You had barbecue. I missed it. What was it?
You had a sausage. Yeah.
There was a barbecue, but I was live streaming. I had to run and get a sausage and come back, and I missed the first 5 minutes.
Good. Put it that way. It was
worth it.
Was like, it was people who probably don't really know TikTok well enough doing TikTok dances to TikTok. I mean, I'm not a fan of TikTok. I don't really use it, but I recognized that song and I was like,
hang on. I think I've seen a clip on Twitter. I think somebody posted it. Is it the one that goes Chicky Chicky Char or something?
Yes.
Yeah. I've only seen that recently. Oh, that's it.
I thought they were taking the piss out of the cheeky girls. I was like,
they're not Eurovision.
I mean, they might as well will be. That song would fit right in Eurovision. What are you talking about? We had the cheeky girls. That's a great song. No, you did not miss anything with that.
You really didn't.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was cringe fest. Agree. It was very much so. I mean, like, what else? Anything else you guys want to mention?
Somebody said they want you to talk about the Azerbaijan song.
Me or us?
Well, we could all, because I don't think we have actually, unless you talked about it with Oz.
No, go for it. We talked about it briefly, but you guys go ahead.
I'm really pleased that this song translated well from the music video, because all we can see really that we know as is, why can I not talk? Is the music video when he falls into the ocean or the lake or wherever he is, and you think, how are you going to put that on stage? But it was those bleachers or whatever it was. It worked so very well. It's nice to hear as well. He had that natural rasp in his voice, because I thought live it was. Sometimes you think it's just a studio version. So when you hear it live, I was thinking, yes, he can do it live. Great emotion in there, and I was really surprised that there were 3 strong male ballads that qualified. Azerbaijan,
Poland,
and Australia.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about Australia. I'm just so shocked that Ireland didn't qualify.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw Sheldon, I was like, yeah, so deserved. Vocals were on point.
Yeah, Azerbaijan was quite a shock qualifier for some people.
Yeah, it was a shock qualifier for me.
I didn't think it was going to get through, but then that performance, as you said, the whole symmetry and the lighting and his voice.
My only thing with Azerbaijan's song was that, like, I don't think it suits Nadir, genuinely. Because, I mean, he won whatever, I think it was The Voice or whatever equivalent it is in Azerbaijan, with like a really big rock song, like that shows off his like actual voice. And that's obviously what he wanted to sing, and they didn't give it to him. And I think you lose a bit of the emotional connect with the fact that it's a song that wasn't originally written for him. And it was a song that's not in his style.
Yes.
I think I'll be honest, as much as I don't like rock, if Azerbaijan had said a rock song, I think I would have had them down as a qualifier, because there'd be more of a connect, I guess.
Yeah.
But because they didn't, I was like, I don't think so, but I'm happy for them. But I was just completely shocked.
Yeah. Me too.
I wrote it down as a qualifier, if I'm honest. I think because where it came in the running order, I thought it came at a nice time because it was a good change of pace. But then again, then when I saw Australia, I kind of thought, are people... It really made me question, are people going to put all of these male ballads through?
Yeah, I thought so too.
I don't... Do you know what I think it is? Again, I think the juries were like, yes, male ballads. And then the televote was so split that the jury vote was like, yep, up they go. That's my theory. Votes theory.
Yeah.
I'm looking back at like who I predicted to qualify, and I mean, I had Israel, Cyprus, San Marino, 7, 8, 9 is like my ranking almost. None of them qualified, but then Estonia, Romania, and Azerbaijan, which I had 11, 12, 13, they all qualified. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm slightly shocked.
Apparently, they have revealed which half the qualifiers will perform on Twitter. We should find that out now.
Yes, I will have a quick look.
Let's both look, because
while you're having a little look, somebody said, I can't find it now. I'm just going to have to try and...
everyone's saying about Greece as well. You find the other
That's
one.
it, Greece. Someone said about now that they can't vote for Cyprus, who are they going to give their 12 points to?
I think it could be
Greece,
Armenia.
give them to Armenia.
I think it's going to go to either Armenia or maybe Romania, somewhere where that music is quite, like, Romania's got that similar sounding pop, I feel anyway, with those instruments. So I think it could be either one of those. But if they're going to vote on, classic Greek style, I think that's what's going to happen.
They might really surprise you and just go with one out of the blue.
You never know.
Australia.
Yeah, it might be. You never know. Did you find the comments?
I've seen a couple of them. Sweden's in the second half. Serbia's in the second half. Yes. Romania's in the first half. Let me see. First half. Czech Republic's in the first half. No, that's a bit disappointing. Finland's in the first half. Romania, I've already said. Second half. Australia, Azerbaijan, Belgium, Estonia. Who else is new? Serbia and Sweden. And Poland. I think that's it. I think that's them all.
Wait, did you say they were, like, most of them are in the second half?
Yeah, most of them in the second half.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Because they were all from semi-final one, actually.
People are saying in the comments that they think it's a 2-horse race between Spain and the UK. What do you think? I've seen that a lot,
and I think it's hard to tell. Actually, I don't know. It depends how people vote. It depends, because there's a lot of now male ballads. I was not expecting there to be so many male ballads in this final, and Sam may not benefit from that. UK.
Yes, that's very true.
And do you know what? There's not a lot of pop girlies, and do you know who's going to benefit from that? Spain. So
yes,
it depends. And also Chanel can sing while being thrown about on the stage.
Oh my god!
So juries are going to love that.
I just imagine people throwing her like catch, like.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna be one of the most watched performances.
Oh yeah.
This whole Eurovision, I think.
Also, Albania's performance, I think, is the most watched semi-final one performance.
What, from
really?
Yeah, Ukraine. Wow. Ukraine may have overtaken, but at one point,
Ukraine.
But at one point, Runella was like a lot higher than everyone else. It was like 90,000, 200,000, and like 235 or whatever. I was like, wow.
I didn't know that.
Spain will be high.
See,
it's so hard to predict, though.
I think it's a 4-horse race, if that's even an expression. I think it's between Italy, Sweden, UK, and Ukraine. I think Spain is a top 10 for sure, but I think there's always that song that has so much hype, and then it kind of surprises you at the end, and it doesn't quite go as high as you think. Which is a shame, because I am a Spain stan. A Spain stan.
Spain fan.
Stan. I love it. I'm a Spain stan. Love it. I love it so much.
I'll be honest, see, Italy, I have not heard a good vocal performance from them at all.
I agree.
Hang on.
In
San
any
Remo.
of the rehearsals. Oh, ignoring Sanremo, however, auto-tune is allowed in Sanremo. I will not elaborate further. In every single rehearsal I've seen, in every single recap I've seen, I think I've seen them before, maybe you get to hear them 3 times.
Yeah.
Each time in the rehearsals, and none of them have been vocally good.
I can stick up for them. I'm just gonna say that I've been getting this from comments as well, that they have, I think it was Blanco and Mahmood, I think both of them have been on tours and lots of performances,
that is very
and they're really vocally tired.
I've heard this.
Blanco missed his first rehearsal because he was on tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
So hopefully they have a lot of time to just kind of go back to how it was from San Remo. Yeah, relax.
Because San Remo was so good.
It was
Like,
good.
it was, I think also it was a bit of a shock factor. And obviously, people who haven't seen San Remo won't see this, but it was such a shock knowing, first of all, we know that Mahmoud can sing. We've heard him sing so much. And it was such a shock whenever I heard them both singing in that first rehearsal. I was like,
Yeah.
are these the same people?
Yeah, it
Like,
does.
it did not sound the same.
You know,
I
how
think-
about the pass. Sorry, Luke, you go.
Oh, sorry. I think the problem is as well is that when you're so used to being a solo performer and you're performing your own songs in your own style, to then have to click and gel with someone else again, because this song, I can't speak for Blanco, but I listened to Mahmood's album Ghetto Limpo, and this sounds like it's been pulled straight from there. It literally sounds like the same sort of trap beaty, kind of ballady, emotional-esque track that I'm not sure if it's Blanco's style of music or not. I'm not sure if anyone in the comments can answer that question.
Blanco's a big
Blanco's
rapper,
music.
as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
I haven't listened to much of it. I mean, that's why he's rapping in
Yeah.
Rividi. I haven't heard much of his other music, but I know he is a rapper first and foremost.
Yeah.
So
I love him
that-
though. Like, Blanco is a week older than me. Like, that's a bit insane.
I don't see the same passion with Mahmood that I did
No.
his original performance in Eurovision ages ago. What year was it again?
2019.
2019.
I don't see the same.
Don't see the sparkle in him, and I think it's because
I could genuinely say that Soldi was miles better than this.
Yeah.
I know that's not popular, but
No, I agree.
I love
personal-
Soldi. I would still listen to Soldi a lot, and I wouldn't listen to Brevity.
Yeah. Yeah. I know everyone's still saying, like, do you think Sweden will win it and all this stuff? Yes, it's a possibility, but like
It's
we're
a
just saying, that, like,
possibility.
there's like 5 sorts of countries that I think could win it. It's not 100% guaranteed for me. I mean, after like the last few years, last year and years before the COVID loss, it was, you know, it was a little bit more predictable, but I don't feel like this is very predictable. And we don't know what people want this year. I'm a bit confused. Like, it was 100% going to be a rock random number. Yes, I could see Italy last year pretty much winning it, but like, and you've seen how big Måneskin have become now. Like, they're so big. Like,
There's
like
a reason why they won.
in like America now. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone knows about them. It's weird actually having people talk about them, because I was like one of the first people to like listen to them. I stayed up at 3 a.m. and I saw them, and I cannot believe that they are who they are today. But this year I don't have that vibe.
No.
I think last year there was so much more diversity in the final, which made it which kind of made you expect that it was going to be a rock song. Because when I say diversity, I mean there were lots of pop numbers, there were lots of ballads, but there were only a couple of rock songs, a Blind Channel and Måneskin. Whereas this year there's a lot of ballads, there's a couple of pop girlies. Well, Brooke, justice for Brooke, she didn't get through. But I mean, if we're talking about every song, do you know what I mean? And it's like, which way are the audience going to vote? Because I mean, it's not going to be a rock number again. It's never usually
It's not going to be, no. It's not going to be Finland. Let's put it that way.
No.
Are there any other rock songs?
There was kind of Georgia was a little bit, and then San Marino has.
I mean, like in the final though, are there any more rock songs?
In the final.
I just can't. I can't even remember at this point.
I can't remember the last semi. My brain's like this Eurovision week with the American Song Contest is completely like.
It's fried your brain. You never know.
Imagine
if they did a wild card one year.
Brooke, please.
That would be great.
We still have one more song to fill in the final. It's only 25.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Anything else you want to say before we? I know it's late there. It's like it's 6. Well, it's nearly 7 here, so it must be late there.
It's almost midnight, but no,
it's 12.
The one thing I want to say is I think last year has completely changed my perspective on how the voting works, because as we saw, so many people flock together for Italy, for Ukraine, and for France. Like, they sucked up a lot of the votes last year, which has completely changed my perspective, because now I'm thinking so much about the way the televotes are going, and I don't see that same sucking up to the same extent. I think more countries are gonna. Well, I'm worried for 2-0 points, 2-0 points this year, from the public, not from the juries. I'm worried about that, because I think a lot of televotes are going to go to a lot of countries and completely abandon some. I think that's what I'm thinking, and those countries in particular being Belgium and Switzerland. But
I think so too. But I mean, more
Like-
Switzerland for me personally. But
Yeah, I think I'm
Oh, I
worried.
love Switzerland.
That's-
Stop
I'm
it. Why are
worried
you
they're going
ganging
to come
up on
last.
me?
I'm sorry. No, I mean, do I like the song? But I'm worried.
Get out, Jude.
I'm sadly worried that Switzerland will come last with like very few points, which will be such a shame after the last year.
what do you, Luke? Do you see it doing well?
No,
Exactly.
but I love it.
I know,
Like-
but you can like a song, and like I like a lot of the songs this year, like
Mhm.
most of them. But there's
Stop
songs
crushing
that
me.
don't worry. It's just it. Not everything can do well in this
Mhm.
contest
Yeah.
because the standard of Eurovision has completely gone to another level. So like,
Mhm.
yes, of course, it's a more mellow year. It's not like the best year in terms of the songs that I would listen to, but I do think we have some really solid like songs coming out with like good lyrics and good performances that we never really used to have this, and now this
Yeah.
contest is on such a scale that it is. Like we barely had a Eurovision channel like on YouTube like what 15 years ago. Even 10 years ago there was like not really any
Yeah.
apart from Weebly Dogs. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
where it has come to today is just it is amazing to see it, and also to see the arenas so filled and like because we haven't had that, have we?
Yeah.
Really? We had like
No.
we had like only a certain amount of people allowed in the arena last year,
Yeah.
right? So to see that was actually so
Yeah.
heartwarming, and I'm getting cheese. I know, sorry.
Yeah, I think something I like about the final this year, though, is I think we have something like, is it maybe 11 different languages? Maybe 12 different languages?
Nice.
In
It's nice
total,
to see Lithuanian and Dutch come back.
Yes. I think as much as we've kind of got rid of a lot of the musical diversity, we've got the language diversity this year, which is so nice to see. And I'm really hoping that translates next year to more countries sending their native language, even in just part of the song. Like Lithuania, I mean, Lithuania it did nothing for me until I saw her performance, and I was like, you know what? Actually, it's now in my top 15. And the fact that like Lithuanian is in the final is a massive win for Lithuania, I think. And who else do we have? I mean, we've got Dutch in the final.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm now finding all my Dutch artists that sing in Dutch to be like, right, in you go, like get in there. I want to see you next year. There's just so many interesting languages that we're seeing in the final. I cannot wait.
Yeah, and I was going to actually mention about the language thing because after seeing Cyprus today, it made me think like, I mean, even Romania, look, they qualified and I love this song, but I kind of wish that it wasn't in all like half sometimes. Like with Cyprus, like she would have done so much better if she just sang in Greek. Her voice is meant for Greek singing. It is not meant for English singing.
Yes, I've heard so many people say her Greek singing is like up here, and her English singing just isn't as
you
good.
Could tell all of a sudden the chorus was 10 times better because Greek singing is just so different. Like the way, the technique and everything. And it's like all Middle Eastern as well. Middle Eastern Greece isn't in the Middle East, but it's very similar. The singing it's got a bit of like I don't even know what to call it. I'm not a vocal coach, but like it's like a whaley kind of sound to it, and her voice is made for that. So I think it would be nice to see, like you said, more countries send their native language. So we know this is from that country, but also like that's what makes them stand out as that country.
Yeah.
Like this is
and we've seen that people will vote for that this year.
Yeah.
We've seen that people don't just want English songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at Måneskin.
We have Breton as well.
Yes.
France.
Yes.
Like that's completely different. Like
we have no French this year, which is a bit like
I know, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay,
I cannot wait.
That's what we need to talk about. Before we go, we were going to talk about what we excited for most on Saturday. And for the final.
Saturday. I'm just excited to see what Chanel's got up her sleeve because people have been telling me that the final,
it's good.
Like after the dance back, there's a lot more apparently.
Yeah. Be excited. Be excited,
So
look.
excited. And the televotes.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for the voting. It's gonna be wild. Yeah.
No, and like honestly, it's so hot here at the moment. It's like summer's come out of nowhere. I'm sweating as it is. It's going to be bad on the final for me, honestly.
You're going to be a wreck.
I know. But it's going to be like my first Eurovision without like a Eurovision party. Like it's going to be so
Oh.
How's that?
Times.
I know. Anyway, sorry, Luke, what? Jude, tell me what else you're excited for.
I can't wait to see the UK's performance in full again without the prohibited to film the screen thing on. I'm so excited. And I just want people to see that the UK do care again. Like, I'm excited because it's so good and it's so exciting. And I mean, the Eurovision finals coming, guys.
Yeah.
We've made it to this time of year. We've made it to this time of year. You know what? We've got a great show. As much as a lot of people's favorites didn't qualify, we've still got an incredible show coming up, and be excited. And you know what? While, yes, I will say justice for Ranella and justice for Brooke, you know what? So many great songs have got through, and let's get behind the people that are through now. And obviously, whenever Brooke's got at least an EP coming, so go support Brooke in that. Ranella will be back to making music as she's done.
She'll be
support
back
her in that.
Yeah. She's come back how many times?
Yeah. Exactly. So just
she's like Terminator.
She always comes back. So yeah, support your favorites. Like support your artists once Eurovision's done. And enjoy the final we have.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
All right. Well, we will be back on Sunday for our recap for the Saturday final. Looking forward to it. And so we will see you all guys then.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.